What do you do when the company you worked for has changed names 3 times? What do you put on a resume? What do you put on a LinkedIn profile? This is an excellent question, and it happens to people more than you think. I'm going to give you the right answer so that you don't get excluded or they don't question what you've put for an answer, because it could actually get you disqualified if you don't do this the right way. It takes me more than 30 seconds to explain those. So if you don't have the time, bookmark it and come back, because if you've ever worked for a company that's changed names, you're going to want to do this on both your resume and LinkedIn profile. Okay, first let's get into what normally happens. Your company gets bought, or it goes out of business and then gets bought again. What do you do? Well, it's important because recruiters are going to fact check and make sure that that company exists. And so if it doesn't exist anymore and the name isn't there, you're going to look suspect, like you made the company name up. So the first thing that I want you to understand is that whatever the current name of the company is what you are going to put both on your resume and your LinkedIn profile. So whatever the job title was that you held, comma, and then the actual company name. And the reason for that is that's how they're able to search it and find it. Okay. Now, in the very first bullet point, you could explain why it's, the other two name changes. But I personally think it is much better to put the actual company name and then right after it in parentheses, formerly known as blank. And if it was multiple, you'd put formerly known as blank, and you put those names in there. Okay. Because I don't want you to waste valuable time in your work history trying to explain the name change situation. Recruiters and hiring managers are smart enough to understand, right? So if the current name of the company is ABC Company, but it used to be 123 Company and DEF Company, then we would put, marketing manager, comma, ABC Company, in parentheses, formerly 123 Company and DEF Company, end of parentheses. That's it. That's it. That way, the truth is there, but you can talk about the most recent company, because if they do try to go search that, we want to know that that company exists. And then that way they can ask you about it in the job interview. It's that simple. Please remember that your bullet points are only for your quantifiable accomplishments. I don't want you explaining how you did something. I don't want you telling me a little background summary of the company. None of that matters. They're going to look the company up. The only thing that goes in the bullet points are your quantifiable accomplishments. And this is how you make sure that your resume is on point and follows the 6-second resume format theory. Speaking of which, if you want more tips like this, and quite frankly, if you want to know exactly what to do top to bottom in your resume and top to bottom in your LinkedIn profile, I put together a job search boot camp. It's free. There's no credit card required. It's just so many people have been asking about this stuff, and I can't work with everybody one-on-one. So if you go over to my company, Work It Daily, just Google search it. You'll find Free Resource Center in the menu bar, or you can find it somewhere linked in these social media platforms. Sign up for the Free Resource Center and go to the Job Search Bootcamp. That's where the resume and LinkedIn tutorials are, and we talk about what works and doesn't work in this current economy. Things like this are really going to matter. Believe it or not, it can be some of the littlest, stupidest things that can get you misconstrued and tossed from consideration. So we want to make sure that you're doing it right, okay? Good luck, and I'll see you in the Free Resource Center.